to the hospital for special surgery so I can figure out what the hell is wrong with my body. The doctor seemed pretty concerned, so now I'm pretty concerned. I feel like I was finally getting somewhere. Now I have to stop dancing altogether. Like, it's just torturous. Sometimes life just gives you more than you can handle. Good morning. Right now I am getting ready for another adult ballet workshop, and this one's gonna be really fun because it's all about jumping. So we're really honing in on how to build the skills and break down the mechanics of glissade and all of the other jumps that are pretty common in the ballet space. I was very excited about it. I am very excited about it, but I am dealing with an injury right now, and I'm so sad about that. I have a physical therapy appointment on Wednesday, and I should be getting more answers then anyway, but for now, I'm just trying to take it easy, be really gentle, be really careful with myself. But I'm still gonna go to support and help out and, you know, just be there. And then afterwards we have a little adult ballerina club picnic that we're gonna do in a park not far from the studio. So, you know, I don't want to miss everything. I know that professionals have to deal with this kind of stuff all the time. Dancers of all kinds have to deal with injury and recovery, and sometimes the recovery process can actually lead to better things down the road because you have time to actually think about some other things that you don't always have time to think about when you're focused on moving in all of these other ways. So that's what I'm trying to tell myself. But anyway, in the meantime, let's head to my workshop. Aside from the fact that this studio is right above American Ballet Theater, which is cool enough on its own, there's always this really cute little farmers market that goes on pretty much every weekend. So whenever I get to do these workshops, I get to come stop at the little farmers market first, and it's very fun and cute. and it was so sweet. The whole workshop overall, the whole day overall went really, really well. We had a lot of girls who were at Adult Ballet Academy, so I already knew a lot of people, and we had some new people there too, and it was just like so much fun. It was really hard to not actually be able to dance because it was a really, really good class. Like, honestly, I think this is one of my favorite workshops that we've done. Crystal was out of this world. She really broke everything down. She answered everybody's questions so wonderfully. I felt like could have been like a 6-hour long workshop, because after 2 hours we still didn't get through everything, but she did such a fantastic job. But I think it was actually kind of good that I couldn't dance, because being able to take a step back and just observe, I got a lot of really good ideas, and I just saw some things that, you know, maybe I would want to improve upon, or, you know, try differently. Sometimes I guess it's just good to not always be doing and take a step back every now and again, and unfortunately it took an injury for me to realize that and acknowledge that and accept that, but I ultimately think it was a good thing. So anyway, my arm is tired. Goodbye. On our way to the hospital for special surgery so I can figure out what the hell is wrong with my body. And I'm very tired. It's very early. And I'm in a lot of pain. It's pretty good news. I'll explain later, but I'm off to go get some crutches hobbling around. Bagels heal all. Okay, so let me finally explain what is going on now that I am feeling a little better. I'm not in intense, excruciating pain. Basically, it all started because I have this muscle that gets really, really tight in my inner thigh. I believe it's called the iliopsoas muscle. When you stand for too long or sit for too long, this muscle can get shortened. It was bothering me so much, and I just wanted to do something to alleviate the tension. I do not endorse this, especially not now. I do not recommend, but as one does, you know, when you're experiencing something and then you just, you know, you're like, let me do a quick little googly goog. I found some different options for maybe ways that I could alleviate this tension. And quite frankly, I'm not even gonna say what they are, because I don't even want someone to go and try it. I recommend going to a medical professional first, not going to Google, not trying some of these things that I've tried. Whatever it was that I did basically made something in my leg like explode. The day after I was trying all these things, I felt like something was balling up. I found out later that it was more likely a hematoma. There was like a little lump that felt like a golf ball in my hip. The pain would kind of come and go. It was really getting very intense when I was about to go do this most recent workshop. I was good. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna dance, even though I really wanted to. The class was so freaking good. I really wanted to, but I didn't. I was a good girl. And then we had this amazing picnic. It was so much fun. But even just walking back and forth, taking the subway the next day, I couldn't walk. And I haven't really been able to walk for the past few days. Pretty much the only thing I could do the past few days was just lay down perfectly flat. Even that kind of hurt. So I finally got to go to the physical therapist, and I got an x-ray done. He really put my mind at ease, because I was really, really nervous that it was going to be something much crazier, bigger. I'm like, what the hell did I do to myself? Like, what did I do? And it was so frustrating because I just felt like I did this to myself. You know, like there is nobody to blame other than me, and I was really feeling like this is the lowest point of my dance journey thus far. To feel like I was finally getting somewhere, and now I have to stop dancing altogether. Like it's just torturous. Yeah, I was pretty upset, but as it stands now, I'm not going to need any surgery, which I am so grateful for. That was something that I was really nervous about. They might have to drain some of the fluid if there's, you know, if there's anything like pooling in my legs still, which is kind of horrifying and freaky, but whatever, let's just not think about that too much. I'm choosing to be really grateful for this time as much as, you know, I always want to be moving and dancing and whatever. I'm actually grateful. I'm a very go kind of person as it is. What gave that away, I wonder? We just live in such a fast-paced society, and even with all of the things I'm doing, it's crazy that the voice in my head is still telling me you're not even doing enough. It's no wonder why something in my leg freaking exploded. Like, I'm ready to spontaneously combust. You know what I mean? This whole experience, I'm actually in a way kind of grateful for, because I need rest. I do. I need to rest. And I love being a doer. I love being an action taker. I will tout that until as what is the phrase? Like, as the day is long or whatever. I don't know. I tout the power of taking small, consistent, tiny actions all of the time. But I think I've been taking too many of them at once. Like, there needs to be a limit of how many actions we're taking at once. I feel like I just keep telling myself, well, like, you just have to keep pushing harder. You just have to keep pushing harder. There comes a point where, like, you just can't keep pushing anymore. So, this crazy TED Talk is just to say that I'm choosing to be grateful that I actually have some time, some like completely guilt-free time that I can just sit and figure out, what am I doing with all of this? Like, where is all of this going? How can I continue to give people what I feel like we really need in this ballet space? That's my biggest number one goal. How can I continue to do that in a sustainable way, in a fun, magical way? Because, like, I'm not here to play around. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not messing around. I want to make an impact, and I believe in these workshops so much. They are fun, they're amazing. I'm getting so many ideas, I'm getting so much great feedback from the community, and I want to keep going. I just have to think of some ways that I can continue to pursue my dreams without, like, destroying myself in the process, you know? But I have high hopes. Anyway, that's quite enough. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. See you soon. So this is not my finest hour. I'm still in a lot of pain from my injury, and at this current moment I don't have any concrete answers as to what it is, but I do have an MRI in a couple of days, so hopefully I get some more answers there. But I came to Long Island to spread out a little bit more and just spend some time with my family while I have to kind of just sit around and be healing anyway. Okay, yeah, I'm just realizing that my shirt is on inside out too, so that's where we're at. Right now, I'm sitting outside and I'm enjoying the sound of the birds and the crickets. I love this time of day. I love this time of day on Long Island so much. The sun is setting and everything is golden, and the birds are chirping and everything is just calm and peaceful. So I'm trying to be calm and peaceful. I've also been knitting Look at this. Oh, she's so cute. This is gonna be a pair of leg warmers. I'm excited about that. And it's so soft. But yeah, my anxiety levels are really running high. I'm trying to stay calm and I'm just trying to do the best that I can. But yeah, this is not my finest hour. This is the current state of affairs. Like, it's not cute over here. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be in pain anymore. I miss dancing. Baby! She's scared of my crutches. She doesn't want to come near me. Today, I'm a little sad. I'm talking to you from my bathroom, by the way. This is where I come to be sad, because I feel like it's kind of a sad room anyway. Oh. And I have to change my toilet paper. Sorry, I know you really like it when I'm positive, and I really like it when I'm positive too. But I'm trying to be upfront and honest as much as I possibly can about when I am struggling, because sometimes I feel like I watch people on social media and it's easy to believe like nobody ever struggles and nobody's ever going through it. I'm a little down today. I just had an MRI, which I was really actually pretty happy about. And I was super happy about it too, because everyone was really freaking me out about getting this MRI. Like, oh, it's so scary, it's so scary. Is it the best experience in the universe? No. That's so dramatic too. Is it the best experience in the universe? Oh my God, I'm so extreme. Was it my favorite experience? No. You are put in this kind of claustrophobic tube with a lot of loud banging noises around you. And honestly, if I really wanted to, I could have allowed myself to get very, very anxious, but I knew I had to be in there for like 30 minutes and I'm like, I really don't want to be panicking for 30 minutes and I know I need to get this done. So I used my breathing, I used my meditation techniques. She asked me what I wanted to listen to from Spotify. So I just sat there and listened to Sabrina Carpenter for a half an hour and honestly almost fell asleep. It really wasn't that bad. If you ever have to get an MRI, it's okay. So I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling pretty proud of myself about that. But the truth is I'm still in a lot of pain and just getting myself everywhere is so cumbersome and I'm just missing being able to just go for a walk. You know, just walk around, let alone dancing and running. I keep starting to feel better and then I overdo it and then there's a huge lump in my hip again. And it's just a little bit disheartening because it makes me feel like, yeah, this really is gonna take a little bit longer to heal than I anticipated. Like, it's easy to kind of be optimistic about it at first because I guess I didn't really know. I guess I still had hope that maybe it would heal super fast. But now that I'm actually staring down the barrel of what it might take to actually feel better, I'm just feeling down, you know. One good thing about all of this is that it's given me a different perspective and a newfound appreciation for dance and just for life in general and being in a body that is going to get better and does have the ability to walk and run and dance. You know, some people don't even have that luxury. I have someone in my family who actually just lost their leg. I can only imagine what they're going through. I'm definitely trying to practice gratitude that it is gonna get better and it's really just a matter of being patient. In a weird way, I kind of appreciate going through the challenges that life gives you sometimes. I think it makes you a more empathetic person. Like, have you ever been trying to tell somebody about something that you were struggling with and then they're just like, oh, it's so obvious, just do this. And you're like, okay, that's not helpful. You know, like, could you maybe think that there could be a few other layers involved that you're just not aware of? I feel like I used to be probably one of the biggest culprits of that because I just really thought that I knew it all and I had it all together and I could fix all the world's problems at one point. And I used to look at things as very, very black and white. It's not, you know, there's so many other shades of colors. I've been through some things in the past few years that have really opened my eyes to the fact that life is just tough and there's a lot of different angles to consider things from. And sometimes people just want to be listened to, you know? They don't need you to fix their problems. They just need to know that someone is there and like cares about them. Sometimes I think like, wow, how insufferable was I? Maybe I'm still insufferable now. I don't know. Yeah, there's all these other things that I'm confronting. Like, it's really kind of re-triggering a lot of my imposter syndrome, feeling like, oh, I started so late and so I'm probably never gonna be good enough and all this BS. And now having to confront like taking so much time off, it feels like I'm just, my body is like atrophying and I'm just losing all the work that I've done for the past couple years to get to the level that I'm at now, which is still nowhere even close to the level that I long to be at. So I'm trying to keep that in check, but I have a newfound sense of empathy and compassion for people who ever gone through an injury. Sometimes I would get questions about what my advice was for overcoming something like that. And I always tried to say, remember that there's other things to focus on in ballet, not just the actual physical technique, but, you know, artistry, and there's still other things to study and learn and ways to grow. And I always thought like, oh, if I ever lose my ability to dance, like if something totally tragic happened and I just totally lost my ability to dance, I'd probably be fine because I am such a multi-passionate that it's like, all right, I guess I could just get into singing again or art again. This is making me realize that that's a little bit easier said than done. And at my core, I do still believe that in this season of rest and recovery, which is very difficult for me to do, I do believe that it's for a reason and I can make the most of it and I can be, you know, I can turn it into something that's positive. I just worry that I'm gonna lose all of my ability and all of the talent that I've like scrapped and scraped for, you know, but we can't think like that. We have to just keep going, and this is what we're dealing with right now, so there's really no use in dwelling on what could have been or what should have been. Anyway, sorry not to bum you out, but just trying to be honest, you know? So apparently it's not a hematoma. Best case scenario is that it's myositis ossificans, but the worst case scenario is that it's cancer. I feel like it's really likely that it would be myositis ossificans. It's really common among athletes. It makes sense, but I'm just really freaked out and I have to go get a biopsy. The doctor seemed pretty concerned, so now I'm pretty concerned. Sometimes life just gives you more than you can handle. Trying not to overreact, but this was the scariest news I've ever received. So remember to live your life to the fullest, everybody. Hi, okay, I don't want to leave you off like that. I'm gonna explain a lot more in a future video where I can just kind of really lay it all out there for you, because I've been going through a lot, but this vlog is already way too long. So I just want to let you know I'm fine. I do not have cancer. I indeed do have something called myositis ossificans, which means that there's a bone growing on my inner thigh where it does not belong. It's nothing too serious. It seems like it doesn't even need surgery, but man, has it been a roller coaster ride. And the reason why I was so upset in that last clip that you saw is because I had a doctor that really freaked me the F out and basically was telling me like, oh yeah, you've got a 50-50 shot of living. So it was a false alarm. It was a scare. It was one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me, but it's since paved the way for lots of good change in my life, I guess. But I will have to update you on that in the future. But anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and also I'm doing Nutcracker again this year, so stick around for that because I'll have lots of vlogs coming about that in the near future too. So I think life is good. We'll see.